What's up, everybody? Gavin with Jonquil here in Atlanta. Coming to you. I want to have the opportunity to go through something with you guys. I do all the time. But we got a new piece of equipment today. We replaced one of our older head string trimmers with a new one, SRM 225. Picked this up today. I have an older string trimmer, been acting up, and I'm just sick of messing with it. So took the opportunity to go get a new one. We'll use the old one for parts, but I wanted to fill you guys in. So a lot of you guys are familiar Echo SRM 225. You pick these up from your Echo dealer. They sell them at Home Depot. They're really popular. It's the homeowner unit. I really like these units because of the lightweight and what we carry. We do well manicured lawns, so big, tall, overgrown stuff we don't ever run into. So getting the torque of some of the bigger units is not a requirement or a necessity. So we like to carry the low weight, and these do just fine. But wanted to go over with you guys. These are very popular. People have issues with them bogging down, not running right over time. It's carburetors. People are always crabbing and bitching about how, you know, they can't adjust it, can't fix it, change the fuel filter, spark plug, all that stuff. So I'm going to do a quick little overview of how you can adjust these carburetors. Yes, they are adjustable. You just have to know how. I have 20 plus pieces of equipment. I work on all my equipment, so going through these and doing this is, I could do this kind of with my eyes closed. But for you guys who haven't done it, don't be intimidated. It's not that bad. It really isn't. Just take your time and go through the process. So the issue at hand here is this. So they say these carburetors are non-adjustable. They are. I can tell you 100%. What you're looking for behind the carburetor, right here in the bottom part, and again, be patient with me, guys. Right in there, you see that there's a set screw in there. Okay, that set screw is covered up by a little brass fitting plug, for say, right? That brass fitting's in there. So I just did this. This is something I do with all the new equipment before it ever gets dirty, before we use it. We used it just for a couple yards this afternoon, but I always like taking the plugs out before we put extended use on them, because eventually down the road in near future, 1 month, 4 or 5 weeks, this thing will start bogging down and need to be adjusted. They set from the factory very lean, so they will need to be adjusted in weather conditions, altitude, all that stuff. You could take them to your Echo dealer. Again, I work on all my equipment, so I do it myself. So I like to do this before these units get totally disgusting, so I don't have to worry about the carburetors getting dirty while I do it. So here's a rundown of how to do this. Very simple. Takes 5 minutes. Okay. First, air cover off. Next, you have these T25 heads here. Okay. Very easy. Use a bit. You can take it off. You got to get to the back of that carburetor. Whoop, not long enough. I always do that. Okay, we got that off, right? So once you pull this cover off, and again, I've done this one already. I'm just kind of going through it after I've put it together so we can go through it. Air cover off. Now you got the carburetor. You're going to have a 10 mil nut right here. Undo that nut. You're going to have to take this cable out. See if I can do it with one hand. There we go. Bingo. Right? Then you have your fuel lines. This green one here is for your fuel. This black one underneath is for the return. Just pull those out. Easy. Alright. Last, you need to take these 4 screws out. 1, 2, 3, 4. You take those 4 out. This assembly with the primer bulb will come out. Inside, underneath that primer bulb, there's one more screw. I think you could see it in there, right? There's one more screw in there. You pull that off. This white piece here with all these gaskets, these black gaskets in there, in between the carburetor and the white primer bulb assemblies in there, so be careful. Once you get that off, you will then see this brass plug. Okay, how you get in there, you can drill it out, you can try to pry it out. Very simply for me, I've done it so many times, I found this one perfect lucky length deep thread screw. Okay, put it in there, use the gun, get a nice firm grip in there. Once you have it, once you got it in there to bite, get a pair of pliers, pop that thing out, you're good to go. Once you've got it out, now it's just time to put it back together. Okay, don't damage the gaskets. Put that white primer bulb assembly in there. Put the screw on the inside, don't forget that. Then put your primer bulb in. Put the assembly on the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. Right, that's what you're looking for. A little set screw in there, little flathead, bingo. Right, and then just put it right back together, just the way you disassembled it. Okay, primer bulb, put the fuel lines on, put your throttle cable on, put your air cover back on, put that on. Okay, that's it, done. Right, now, depending on, again, the altitude, that's your high jet right there. So depending on the altitude, weather conditions, you may have to tweak it throughout the year. I know when the weather starts getting cold and we're still using the string trimmer, we've got to tone it down a little bit. It needs a little more fuel. When it gets really, really hot, right, and all the fuel is expanding and it's so hot out, we again have to tweak it with the equipment. Now we have an enclosed trailer, so all our stuff sits on the racks locked up in the heat. In between yards, these units don't like to sit in the heat. They want an opportunity to cool down. They don't get that in the trailer. So you'll have issues where it will bog down. Not all the time is it the carburetor. Sometimes it just needs air. It needs to run. But for those of you who are having problems, Echo 225, this is an SRN. You could do a PE 225. You could do the pole saw, which is the PPF 225. All that's possible. They're all the same head units. They have all the same carburetors. I believe it's a Zama 93. Don't quote me, something like that. Yeah, K93 carburetor. So these things are no big deal. That's your set screw right in there. Flathead. You're going to need a small screwdriver to get it in there, real tiny. Run it, turn it on, give it full throttle, put your flathead in there, tweak it. You'll hear it rev up, you'll hear it rev down to get that sweet spot. Okay, so non-adjustable carburetors, bullshit. They're adjustable. You just need to find it. Pull that plug out, you'll be good to go. Right? If y'all find this video helpful, like this, share it. You guys aren't subscribed, get subscribed. This is just one of the maintenance pieces I do. I'm on my equipment to help me out down the road, because it's gonna happen. I'm sure whoever has Echo equipment, this happens to everybody. They're just set so lean, they need adjusting. So y'all be good. Till next time, I'm out. See ya.